So we're finally here to drop our cake. The venue is looking really beautiful. We hope our bride is pleased with her design, and we hope our guests will love the cake. Do you love cakes? Do you love events? Do you love excitement? Do you love glitz and glam? Then this is the show for you. Welcome to Bake That Cake with Dripples. My name is Starla Okene. Sit back and let's get right into it. So today we'll be working on a traditional marriage cake for our bride-to-be Jovita. Now she visited the bakery with her mom to discuss the details of her traditional marriage cake. She was initially leaning towards one of our old designs she found on our page, but finally decided I come up with something really special and different for her. So how can we help you today?
Okay, actually, my wedding is coming up in a couple of months, so I thought to reach out to you for my cakes.
Okay.
Since the last cake you did for me, she has said, Auntie Tarila
was
will
it
do my
50th?
cake.
No, that was,
was
I think it was
50th.
Micah's 10th birthday.
Okay, that was when the
that was
whole
like
idea
some
started.
years back,
The one we now
50
did the
years
50th
ago.
birthday, she was like, oh no, Auntie Tarila was make my cake. Auntie Tarila was every
I had
time,
it
mommy,
in my head.
I hope you have told her.
Oh, and her wedding is here. That's so exciting to know. Wow, I'm so glad. Okay, so do you have any idea for your traditional marriage?
Not exactly, but I have a picture I would love you to see. I would love something like this, but I trust your judgment. If you have something better, I don't mind.
Okay.
I think I actually saw it on your page.
Oh, yeah.
Something
Traditional.
like this, but like I said, I trust your judgment, so just do your thing.
We have cakes scattered all over there. We have wrappers
But I really
there.
don't want it scattered though.
Okay.
Let me see what you can come
I think we should do like a box, a very lovely box, something we've not done before. I
The
like
one
to
we used to pack a load to our
No.
tradition, you know. Okay, so we'll do like a rectangle box and then have those wrappers, because I can see wrappers there.
Yes,
We'll have
yes,
some
yes.
folded wrappers.
Okay.
And where's your husband from?
Delta State.
Oh, Delta State. So we can do the bowler hat thing. You know,
We
this
have
is
beads too.
yeah, coral beads will be everywhere. We have it scattered on the cake, around the cake. So we have a box. We have like
Wrappers.
4 folded wrappers, and then probably have the bowler hat on top of it, maybe like a brownish kind of, you know. So we'll have the wrappers around here, and then maybe have the bowler hat on top of it. On our board, we have coral beads. I'll try and sketch out something really unique, not the usual box we do. Okay,
So something. Ask questions on that. What size are we looking at?
maybe like a 16 by 10 rectangle. So inches. So 16 is this, is the rectangle. Okay, by 10. By 10. So it's quite big. It's fine. It will carry the 4 wrappers, folded
like
wrappers. Ma?
I hope it's enough for me to do.
Enough. I know you like cakes. enough cakes. We just need your colors. We'll do something antique. Okay, yes, something antique. And then maybe I will need to get the colors of your wrappers so it suits a bit. We're not going to white and gold. All right. So some of the wrappers will have white and then some gold. So that's fine. It's kind of rough. I'm not so perfect. You have an idea of what we're going to do.
Just do your thing. I'm okay.
Okay. So mommy, are we good?
I'm okay.
Our bride loves
We are
this.
still married.
Yes, she's the one actually. So she's the center of attraction. All right, thank you so much, mommy. Thank you, our bride. And we look forward to working on your beautiful cake.
Okay.
We finally decided on an extraordinary box cake. All fruit cakes with lots of colors and designs to complement each part of the cake. We're having a modern and traditional kind of box, and then we're going to have 4 lovely folded wrappers sitting on it with the bowler hat on it. We're going to be having walking sticks, some coral beads scattered around the cake. So guys, sit back and let's bake that cake. We had 4 sheets of fruit cakes already stacked, shaved, and ready for buttercream and fondant. Now, before applying buttercream to the cake, we made sure our cake was smooth, all holes covered in buttercream before dripping the fondant on it. Now, we gently applied buttercream to the cake, making sure and paying attention to the edges so we can retain them. While adding buttercream to the cake, we rolled out very flat sheet of fondant, which we used for the first paneling. We cut out 4 pieces, which were attached to the 4 sides of the cake, massaging it gently to make sure it sticks properly to the cake. We cut off the excess and also cover the top with another panel. All right, so our panels are done, which is the first one. We're going to do the second one now, and we'll be working with buttercream. I'll have to go on the sides. Now, this buttercream dries up so quickly, so I have to be very fast in applying it. Next, we rolled out another fondant, which was thicker than the first one, which we used in covering the cake for the second paneling. Wait, that would worry you. No. See, always make sure you take out this top first so that you see what you're doing. Very important, okay? Sometimes this thing will obstruct you. So now you're saying it, get it clear. Okay? Is that for me? Carton color. Which is closer? The last one. Okay, then let's use that. At this point, our signature sugar beads were being crafted to look as realistic as possible. Oga, I beg, this one is in bed. Do it well. Why did it even face this way? It was facing the other way now. Who turned it? Now for the fun part. This is the time we have to start designing the cake to create the masterpiece that we promised the bride and the mom. First thing was to paint the cake. Since this was our own design, we had to use the best method to achieve what we wanted. We started by marking the top of the cake to create a lid. Now, every box has a lid to enable the user open and close the box. So, let our lid be 2 inches will be too much, okay? Let's do 1.5. 1.5. It's okay, so let's do 1.5 each. That's good. Okay, so we just use the ruler and then we'll dent. Hold it firm. Hold it well. And we'll just press through with the dressing tool so we can create the lid. There's a color ready. Is that brown? And our lid is ready, okay? So we'll go ahead to paint. So I'll be using edible spirits and our color. Now, tell me, why did we not cover this in brown fondant? Why are we covering in white and painting in brown?
We need some kind of effect to show white effect and those rust kind of.
Rustic effect, not really white. So, but if we're doing a brown cake, just the brown one, can go ahead. But because I want it to have that rustic feeling, rustic look, yeah? Let's start from the back and be sure of the color. You know, I'm just trying to be careful. No, let's do this. This is fine. But I don't want you to dilute. Come on, dilute more. To create the effect we wanted, we used the brush to paint the whole part of the cake, and then we used the bristle of the brush from left to right, you know, dragging it from this corner and to this corner. We did that all around to create that wooden effect we actually wanted. With this same design round the 4 sides of the cake and on top of the box. Now we had to allow this to dry properly before adding in more details to the cake. So when it dries, it will have a different shade. Okay, so do same here. Do you want me to paint that cake for you? Or you paint it, you will pay me, ba? Yeah. Huh. We'll share. Okay. You see now, after painting like this, we need to have this bristle kind of thing. Dry it out. Then you pull. Do you want to handle the top? Give me water. Don't fall my hand here. Put water there and the edible spirit, please. Paint. Make sure it does not drip down. We don't need to worry about the middle. Our wrappers are going on them. But brush in. Now, we can't touch this. We're going to let this sit to dry properly before we do more designs on it. So, yeah. While that is drying out, we'll get the wrapper. Now, this wrapper is already stacked and shaped for us. You can see the grooves inside like a folded wrapper. But I'll now go ahead and make sure we seal up properly. Like this edge is kind of broken. So, I just seal up with buttercream here. We'll go, now roll the fondant, okay? Go back here, put the buttercream. All right, so I've kind of secured the hole with buttercream. Okay, so now I'll use my fingers and make sure I go in here to create that part. Remember the grooves this way. Let me have the ball tool, quickly, ball tool. I'll just go in. Cut up. At this point, we'll not cut too much because we want to make sure we tuck in this one underneath the wrapper, like so. And with the dressing tool, just to help it go in. Yeah. Same way, tuck in. The same here as well. Then with this, we just take it in. Yeah. So it looks so good, like the real wrapper folded. Dressing tool to help tuck this part neatly. And yeah, our wrapper cake is set and ready to be decorated. Now there are different options to choose from when designing your wrapper. There is a stenciling method, you can use the sugar lace, you can use patchwork, you can use mold. Now for this wrapper, we're working with patchwork. The patchwork design is shaped using the patchwork tool. Now to create this, we had to pin the patchwork onto the surface of a foam pad, then roll out a very flat fondant to make sure we get the desired shape. Now we use a sharp object, picking out the unwanted part until we get the design we wanted. So we're steaming the cake so we can attach our patchwork, okay? But before we attach them here, we must make sure our cake is a little bit tacky. Now we carefully covered the first wrapper in white fondant because we wanted a white wrapper and gold design. Later on, we steamed this wrapper and attached the patches and then painted in gold. Let's have it in a stylish way. Attaching them gradually just to have this nice design. Make it very thin. If you make it thin, it's very easy. It will be very easy for you. Right, so this is ready. We'll paint now. And I have my brush already diluted in clear alcohol. I have to go very gentle on this. So this is looking really gorgeous on this white. We'll do same thing round on all the designs. All right, same way. And we'll be right back. Let me see the wrapper. Come now to a fine shoe. No, they sent it to you like this. Yeah, it won't work. See. It won't work. We need it, she should make it very wide. Do a proper scanning. She has an iPhone. Scan the thing so we can capture it. And not just one design, otherwise she'll have one design. We need a little bit of the design. Okay, this is ready. The white and gold wrapper is ready. Let's see that, that's fine too as well. We'll keep this aside and then we'll work on the groom's bowler hats. But I hope it will pop out. I really wanted something, that brown one. Let's make it brown. Even if we don't have that stripe thing, let's have it brown. So the wafer paper we're going to use will be kind of bright, a little bit bright. So if we have a dark, yes, if we have a dark surface, the contrast will be there. Come, we want to paint this. I want to make it darker. A bit of black. That will not be very dark. No, let's work with this brown. We'll do more of this brown. I want this dark one. At this point, the box had dried a bit, but the shade wasn't looking like what we wanted. So we all decided to paint over this box again, but this time with a brown color and edible spirit alone, because we wanted a richer brown and we wanted the cake to dry quickly. So we mixed this medium again, painted round the cake to make it look good, and then we stepped back a bit and began to see the rustic effects beginning to appear on the cake. Okay, so now this is looking really gorgeous. I'm so glad we had to change this tone, this whole color, okay, to make, now I can see the rustic effect of this box. So guys, next, we'll go ahead to cover our groom's bowler hat. Let's have the hat. Next, we had to create the hat for the groom. The shape had already been carved out from a circle cake. We applied buttercream on this cake and covered it in lighter shade of brown fondant. Okay, so this is good already. Arrest this part first, then make sure this is in. Neatly. Cut that off. Can you feel the bowler hat? Yeah, this is ready. Next, we're going to have our base and then let it dry, and then we'll place this right on top of it. At this point, all the wrappers have been made, looking beautiful and colorful to complement the rest of the cake. This cake is looking really bare right now, but we're going to have some lovely designs going on the body. So we wanted to get a bright flowery design to contrast nicely with our dark brown box. Guys, there's a lot going on this cake. Let's wrap it up. We cut out a nice template and cut it out on our wafer paper. Now we rolled out the brown fondant, wet it, placed our template or our wafer paper directly on it, cut out the same shape out, and then placed it directly on the cake. Now we did this to make it bulge out to create a 2D effect on the cake. Now this is water, just to help make this tacky. We place the design on each side of the cake, and then we have to cut out the excess from the top so it doesn't cover the lid of the cake. This is the back. We don't want anything falling apart. Thank you. Can I take that out? So same way. Can I have the molds now? Because this was painted, we have to be very careful not to let water, drip down the cake. So we'll just go one after the other. Even though they are breaking up, we can always secure them back together. Go back and appreciate the cake. If there's any adjustment, we'll go back again and adjust, but this is looking good. We're going to paint this, okay? I don't want any drop of gold on this, because if it touches this, we can't clean it. It's wafer paper. We have to start all over, and I don't think I'm ready for that. So that's that. About these molds now, let's see how this will fit. We're supposed to have left and right of this mold. Everything here is left. Okay, good. So we have right here too. Let's end this here, right? Huh? Do you like this mold? Should we work with this or work with this? I think I like this kind of. What do you think? Joy, see. Is this better to this? Heat what? Okay. So we're going to use the same design. We've decided on which of the molds to work with. This is why they say 2 heads is better than 1 sometimes. So yeah, we decided together and we'll work with this particular mold. This is making me feel the cake more. We had different molds for different parts of this cake. We had the top of the lid, we had underneath the lid, the sides, the legs. We have to pick and choose to get the exact mold to fit each part of this cake. So we're going to try surface painting on this, but this one we'll be very careful, please. If we're painting here, I don't want anything to drop. If it drops on this, we're in trouble. All right, so this is looking good. This is going to be in gold, and then this part is in gold as well. And then later on, we'll come back and fix or couple all our wrappers, the bowler hat, and every other accessories on this beautiful, gorgeous cake. Now, after attaching the molds to all the parts necessary, we had to paint. Now, we had 2 options, whether to do the surface painting or the full painting. Already, the brown mold looked beautiful by itself. So we tried the surface painting and it turned out so beautiful. You know when you get a box and use it over the years, the colors, the gold or silver begins to fade gradually. That was how it looked, and that was what we were actually looking for. So finally, the painting is done, looking really gorgeous. You can see all the molds popping out, details, you know, straight in the eyes. Next, we're going to dwell this cake to carry the weight of all our wrappers, the bowler hat, and then we embellish the whole sides with coral beads and our walking stick. Now, to place the wrapper, we had to first secure the cake with 8 dowel rods so the wrappers can sit properly. We succeeded in placing the wrappers, the 4 wrappers, and then next we place the hat. Now this is looking good. Next we're going to get our bowler hats. Let's have the bowler hats. We place the brim of the hat directly on the wrapper, and next we have to position the crown of the hat on it. Then later on we used a darker shade of brown around the base of the hat. Yes, this shade is fine. Yes, let's work with this shade. Roll it out very thin, just like the size of the board here. Like so. And it's looking like a bowler hat. We placed the walking stick right in front of the box, scattered some coral beads round the cake, and finally, our beautiful traditional marriage cake was ready. So I present to you our beautiful traditional marriage cake for our beautiful bride, Jovita, and her lovely groom.
They call me Superstar Maxi. Oh,
Now, this cake can only be described as a masterpiece, a work of art, ready to be presented to our guests.
You are free to shadow, you are free to thank a pose, and I will give you what you ask for.
Yeah, so our cake is ready. It's time to go to the venue to surprise our guest and Jovita, our beautiful bride.
Fall in love. Nothing when they won't tell me. Yeah, you don't make me fall in love. Nothing when they fit tell me. When you are fire, fire. When you are baby, take me higher. Take me higher. Take me higher. Baby,
Got into the venue on time, went in to show our gorgeous bride her cake. Now, her reaction made all the hours of hard work fade away into oblivion. Another resounding victory for all of us here at Dripples. And finally, it's a wrap for today's episode. And until next time, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Now I love cake, banana, yeah. See that people gonna see mommy for gonna. Now I love cake, banana. Ooh, I don't happy tire my baby. I dey happy pass you my shorty, killing me softly, oh my baby.